In this video, I challenged myself to complete the book of PAR cover to cover, that is around 1000 pages of information of community medicine, a subject which is generally considered not readable after you've read 100 or so pages of the book. And this is the story of how I did it. Alright, so 1000 pages starts right now. It's 9:47. The first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set my phone to do not disturb mode, turn off all the internet, so that there is no possible way that a human can contact me in any way except for maybe sending me a raven. Right, this is the first step. Let's go. Okay, this is the point. I shall not close this book until and unless my studies for this is completed. That is, until the challenge is completed, until I've read 1000 pages of this textbook. What is my approach? What is my strategy? Start from the first chapter and make it up to the last. That's it. That's the strategy. As a matter of fact, I've planned out very vigorously how the day is going to look like. So without any further ado, let's go. Right, so our target is the first 500 pages right now. I'm going to divide my day into focus hours of work. So 4 hours of focus or 3 hours of focus. In that focus, I'm not going to spend even 1 minute of time getting distracted. I'm just going to 100% have this mind ki okay, I have to get this done. So it's almost 10 right now and let's begin. So I set off my phone to do not disturb mode so that nobody could contact me. That's nice. And I set out to do the first page of the 1000 pages that I had to do. And it was going to be a long journey. Before we take this journey, of course, I need to tell you something. First thing is that I have read this book at least 2 or 3 times before. So I already know what things are important and how much time each of these things are going to take. Second, I've watched all the videos which are present in Marrow, so I have a very good idea what everything is trying to say. And third of all, don't try this experiment at home or school or everywhere, because unless and until you have read a textbook at least 2 or 3 times before, doing this won't really get you so much of understanding. Since I already understand literally every single word written in a textbook, it is okay for me to just quickly go through a textbook once and revise everything. This is just a way to show that you can accomplish anything that you set your mind to, like reading 1000 pages in just a span of 24 hours, which we are definitely going to do. So we begin our journey with the first chapter of PSM, which is pretty easy, pretty good, and that is concept of disease and health, and within just 1 hour I conquered that. And very conveniently, PAR exactly has 25 chapters. It's been exactly 1 hour that I've been studying in focused mode for the community medicine, and I've completed 6% of the total syllabus. That is, I've read 61 pages in around the span of 1 hour. I've been underlining only the parts which I feel are very important, because I don't want every part of my book to be underlined / highlighted. Only 94% left to go, and we are on the 3rd chapter, that is Principles of Epidemiology and Epidemiological Methods. So basically PSM1 will mostly deal about the infectious diseases and concepts related to that. And from literally last night, it rained. Like, it's February and it's raining in Nagpur. It's just the anti-study wala mahol. In fact, I guess it's raining a little bit. Yeah, it's definitely raining a little bit now also. And the entire Mausam is cloudy. I will definitely fly my drone once the clouds clear and the rain stops, because I do want to get this awesome look of Nagpur with slightly increased natural contrast. Alright, 2.5 hours in, we've completed 10% of the syllabus. I've just come to the mark of 102 page number where we are discussing dynamics of disease transmission. 90% left to go, and my god, it's a lot. Today I'll probably complete like 50 to 60%, and I'll do the remaining tomorrow. So the most important part of PSM1 is this part itself, where we are dealing with the epidemiology, screening and diagnosis. Hi everyone, so I just came back from my lunch and I spent around 15 minutes looking at my phone. I think I'm going to spend the next 15-20 minutes giving the final edits to the video of the tour of GMC Nagpur, and after that we'll get back to studies. It is 1:35, so we'll get back to studies probably on 2. So from 2 to 5 we have a lot of work to do. Oh my god, we'll do it. So you might be thinking, why read the books if you have already watched the videos and have already made the notes? Well, one wise person told me that I would strongly advise you to read a book cover to cover before facing your university examination. And that was Dr. Rohan Khandelwal in my last video. By the way, if you haven't checked that out, for all MBBS students, I think it is an absolute must watch. After spending about 30 to 40 minutes doing the final edits for the tour of GMC Nagpur, which by the way is coming soon, I went back to studies. Right, so this is the 3rd focus session of the day. Let's get to around 250 pages and then I'll update you once that's done. We're currently on the dynamics of disease transmission, and sooner or later we will be, I'll say if I can do till hepatitis B, which is 150 pages from here, I will call this session complete. Let's go. So you hear me saying a lot about this focus sessions that I do, and focus sessions is something which I think you all should do. देखो कैसा होता है, sometimes we are studying but our mind is wandering someplace else. So you are studying and you may be thinking about Instagram, maybe thinking about the next video that you're going to watch on YouTube, maybe thinking about your girlfriend. It all depends on person to person. So what I do in these focus modes is that I just shut off all of those thoughts from my mind and I segregate my mind to do only one thing and one thing. So in a way, I'm doing more work than I would have done otherwise. The way to do that is completely isolate yourself away from all your distractions, from everything, so that only you and your textbook is left, and then you will see a magic happens and you get so much done in such short amount of time because your mind is literally going to do miracles once you are in that focus mode. So for all students who are watching this NEET UG, NEET PG, whatever, just try this out once and just clear your mind, clear your thoughts, and then you see how much you can read in one go. As you can see, I'm also writing a few bits and pieces down as I'm reading the textbook, and what that is going to do is that it's going to allow me to increase the permeability of my brain to the information, because in the end, in the university examinations, I'll have to write these answers as it is. So this is a sort of writing practice for me. I'm using Apple Notes over here. One ninja technique which you can use in Apple Notes is use the hashtag feature to tag your notes with something. Like you can see I've added hashtag Epidemiology over here. So anytime I click Epidemiology, all the notes in my Apple Notes related to that will come up and it will be way easier for me to revise. I'll tell you an amazing thing. The first 6 chapters of Park actually cover up around 600 pages of the textbook. So each chapter is 100 pages, but the next 400 pages are covered by the remaining 15 chapters. So it is like a very disproportionate amount, and the reason is we are studying this huge thing called as epidemiology. By definition, epidemiology is a very big thing, but in short, epidemiology basically deals with how a disease is there and how you can stop it in a very short way. And reading the epidemiology part really helps if you are already good with microbiology and pathology, because all of these things, all of these diseases are the ones which you read in second year. So for any second year MBBS student watching this in second year, please don't go and study Harrison or surgery or something else. Please study Robbins and please study KDT and do your Pharmac, Micro and Patho very nicely, so you don't ever have to get confused between any single microorganism or any single disease. Hello everyone, I am on my rooftop. We are done with 20% of the syllabus of PSM. That is so big to do. I mean, it took me literally the entire day. It took me like 5 or 6 hours to read 200 pages, which is okay considering that it is PSM and I'm reading it from the standard textbook. What I've noticed is that if you set off your do not disturb mode in your phone and you don't allow yourself to be distracted, your speed is so much more than just plainly reading it. The reason is you have no other thoughts apart from just studying in your mind. So I'm just here to chill out. I'm just totally exhausted because the thing is, reading Park, it is very difficult to do in one sitting. So we are like 5 or 6 hours into the challenge, and in the 24 hours I have to complete it, and therefore I can upload the video with the same title. It's currently 5:30 for those of you who are wondering. I've got a meeting of 1 hour right now, non-academic of course, gonna attend that, and after that probably take a break, eat something, and then get back to the grind, that is studying PSM. I also just planned out all the videos that are going to be posted next month, and it is an awesome month. So if you haven't subscribed yet, kya kar rahe ho? Karo subscribe. It will be awesome and you won't regret even one part of it. So just press the subscribe button, it would mean a lot to me. Chalo, I'm going down. You enjoy yourself. Remember when I said I was in a meeting? Well, that meeting lasted from 5:30 all the way to 8:30.
Control.
It's okay, we got this. We got 300 pages to cover. But the thing is, my friends, it is epidemiology. I have read that so many times. It's going to be pretty easy. I got this. I know I got this. Let's do focus work once again. As you can see, reading for MBBS is sometimes a bit difficult. But guess what? Reading for NEET is also difficult. For any NEET aspirant watching this, you should divide your time equally between solving questions as well as reading for theory. 50-50. That's it. That's the golden ratio that you should aim for. But a lot of times students ask me, Bhaiya, where do we get so many questions that we can devote our time to? And the only place that you should be looking for questions questions is previous year question papers, because these are going to get recycled once again. And the best book is the 34 years previous year question paper by OSWAL. The best part is that they have took the previous year question papers and they have segregated it into different topics. So let's say you're reading Plant Kingdom today. Just open up the biology module of OSWAL and then solve previous year question papers of Plant Kingdom. So that way you will integrate your topic as you go along. But most importantly, for subjects like physics and chemistry where it is difficult to understand, all of these things are provided with explanations, with formulas, everything, so that you know how to solve each single previous year question. The latest NEET 2021 paper has been provided, which is completely solved. And most importantly, they have got one mind map page in which once you just look at that mind map, you will just revise the entire chapter in just one page. And the thing that I like about this book series is that they've got an analytical unit-wise report, so you get to know how many questions have appeared from this particular unit, so you can assign the importance to that unit in your study timetable. The book has also got chapter-wise revision notes as well as mnemonics to help you boost your memory. In all, I think every single student should solve previous year question papers in general, and the book that I would suggest to each one of you is OSWAL's previous year papers. I've been recommending the same thing from the past 3 years, and now finally it's got a very nice update. So go ahead, use the link in the description, check out OSWAL, and if you're a NEET aspirant, I 100% recommend you going for it. Gathering up my last bit of motivation, whatever I had left, and last bit of itcha to read PSM, I sat down for the last session of the day, and that was to complete the section of the communicable diseases from PARC. And guess what? With enough determination and hard work, you can do anything that you set your mind to. And in the end, I ended up finishing around 250 more pages of PARC. That brought our grand total to around 30 to 35% completion on the first day. Hello everyone, I just can't do it anymore. It is like 12 in the night and I had my dinner, I did everything, and we are up to 30% of the syllabus. So in all, since the morning, I have read 300 pages. That's it. That's all the best I could do for today. And honestly, just looking at it right now and knowing that, okay, only I have like 70% more to do, that is a really big motivation booster, because in the morning I had 100% left to do. What I also noticed is that definitely solving the question banks has paid up a lot, because all the things that the question bank has given are already present in PARC, and everywhere I look, I see one of those questions that I've made a mistake in or, did correctly. With that, I think I'm gonna call it today, because I could, go on for 3 more hours and wait till 3 o'clock in the midnight, but I'll probably end up wasting 3 hours. I could do much more tomorrow in half an hour than I could do it in the entire 3 hours right now. So that's it. My total screen time for today was around 4 hours in my phone. I was using WhatsApp a lot because it had a lot of important questions and a lot of PDFs which I've referred to a lot of time. So overall 4 hours is pretty good, and remaining every single waking minute I was studying, except for that meeting which lasted a little longer than it should have. Alright, so for those of you wondering, I am on the dengue syndrome part right now, arthropod-borne diseases. PSM is truly massive. It's like reading so many different books all at once. Anyways, good night. I'll see you tomorrow. So for every person, you can be either a morning person or a night person. You gotta know which type of person you are. I am personally a morning person. I get up in the morning and study everything. So wasting 3 hours in the night just to complete a rudimentary goal that I set for myself is not a big brain move. Rather, waking up just 30 minutes or 40 minutes early, I could probably do that much more efficiently. So every person is built differently, and you gotta embrace that fact that you are a certain type of person. So you will be working much more productively for whatever time that you are designed for. After 1 second passed for you and an entire 8 hours passed for me and a good night's sleep, I woke up next morning at 8:30, took out my phone and spent 15 minutes scrolling through Instagram, scrolling through YouTube, reading all your beautiful comments, and then got back to the grind. After waking up, first clean my room, because I believe that productivity starts from your environment, and also PSM says that environment is a pretty important part of your life. Therefore, follow what you read. Applying that, I cleaned up my room and again sat for the grind. Grind begins again. It is currently 10 once again. We are starting off, but the thing is, the second half of PSM, I've read it so many times because of my exams and everything, that I hope that it's going to be easier than the first half. Let us go and start with the remaining 70% of the syllabus that is left. So today we were starting off with the non-communicable disease section, and that was also pretty easy: diabetes, hypertension, stroke, etc, etc. And then we reached the most difficult part of PSM. One more ninja technique that you can learn from me over here is that, as you can see, I've used my fingertips a lot to read the books, and the reason is, if once you move your fingertip through the line which is written on a textbook, your eyes follow your fingertips, and the words that you are seeing form a sentence in your mind automatically. The faster your finger moves through the textbook, the faster you end up reading it. And also, since you're doing focus work, you already are in a very productive state overall. Once I first thought ki I should make this video, I thought that it's a ridiculous idea. Kya hai, 1000 pages in 2 days, you won't be able to do it. And then I thought to myself, okay, this is a challenge for me, I can do it. So you never really know what your mind is capable of, so you only have to challenge yourself to know your limits. And it's one of the lines from one of the movies, which I don't remember which one, but it says that the only way you can know your limits is that you keep testing them. And that's what you have to do. You have to believe in yourself, and you have to put the amount of work, and only then will you get from place A to place B. So for anybody who is watching this video, challenge yourself to do tasks which are beyond something which you consider possible for yourself, because your mind will surprise you every single time. Alright, hello everyone. So I just completed the non-communicable disease section. So all in all, we're on page number 456 right now. That means we have done 45% of the entire syllabus, and that's a huge relief, because almost the entire paper 1 has been studied, and now we move on to paper 2, which has a little smaller questions, some things which are hardcore PSM topics, and things which won't make me crazy by reading it over and over again, because most of the things, they are just repeats. Right, so we have officially reached the halfway mark, and we're going to start off with the most difficult chapter in the entire PSM, that is Health Programs of India. And this is the most hardcore topic of PSM, and this requires the maximum amount of time, but gladly I know a lot of them already, because I've studied it from Marrow, and also I've read it before from Park. But again, this will take a lot of time to just get into this section over here. The next section that we will be dealing with is demography and family planning, and after that the road is like downhill. So I can't believe we are done with around 500 pages of the entire textbook, which is just crazy. Because yesterday I was at 0 and now I'm at 500, halfway done. Pretty cool. Let's go. And now it's going to be the easy part. We got the rest of this. Seeing this image right here motivated me so much. I saw that 500 pages, at least 50% of the syllabus was already done. I had come to the halfway mark, and the remaining part was actually pretty easy. After reading the national health programs that were for control and elimination of different diseases, and for also maternal and child health care, I went on to my most favorite part of PSM, that is demography and family planning. And I really love that part, because it is just so easy, and it just basically talks about different types of contraceptives and how to use them, when to use them, family planning, and cycles of demography. So that was basically it for the demography and family planning part. And the next chapter was maternal and child health, which talked about infant mortality, maternal mortality, what are things we can do to prevent it. And so I ended up completing a very huge portion of the syllabus. Hello everyone, you might be hearing the background noise, kuch kaam chalu hai baaju mein. But the thing is, we have just reached 603 page number. That is chapter number 11, preventive medicine, obstetrics, pediatrics and geriatrics. The thing I noticed is that I read family planning and demography in like literally a matter of minutes. And the reason is I have done obstetrics, so it really helped me out over there. And also family planning and demography, one of my favorite units of the entire PSM. Anyways, now it is time for me to just do the remaining part, the remaining 400 pages of the 40% which is left. And this again will be very easy, because obstetrics I've already done, pediatrics and geriatrics is going to be pretty easy. So without any further ado, let's get on to the grind and do the remaining 40% fast. Alright boys and girls, for the second time in this video, I am on my rooftop again. Just enjoying the evening, because I'm too bored of being in my room for now. And we've got an awesome sunset, which you can't see of course. So yeah, we've got an awesome sunset. I have my sham ka nashta here with me, so I'll enjoy that. You enjoy the sunset. Right, so just done with the coffee as well as the bread pakoda. It's time to get back. So I've been studying for the past 3.5 hours, and safe to say that it has paid off quite nicely because we are on page number 869. That is 86% of the syllabus is done. I just completed environment, occupation, nutrition. These three are the major chapters over here, apart from the MCH care, which was pretty easy because I've read it so many times. And that's huge for me because 3 days ago I was just preparing all my time and energy towards preparation for next. So that's it, and I've completed the entire book of Park. It's over there, you can see it. Before I started recording this challenge, exactly a day before that, I was reading from the back side of the park. So we were doing chapters on international health, management, communication, education, all of these 4 or 5 chapters which were left. So just before the challenge started, I had already read about 100 or 150 pages from Park. And after the challenge was ended, we had done 860 or so pages. So in all, we had completed the book of Park. We had completed the goal of reading 1,000 pages in 20 or 24 hours. It probably took me a little longer than that, I'll admit, but what matters is the book is complete. I've read it like 3 or 4 times by now. I've read it one more time before the examination comes, and I'll probably read it 2 or 3 more times before the examination comes up again. Thank you so much for watching. This video was just to prove that you can do anything that you set your mind to, and there is nothing else stopping you apart from your own self. So lage raho padhai mein, and please consider subscribing because videos such as this one, take a lot of time, effort and energy to make, and subscribing in just 2 seconds would make up for all of that effort. Also, let's aim for 20,000 likes on this one. You guys smashed the last target very well. Thank you so much for that. Again, thank you so much for watching. It's your Anuj, and I'll catch you in the next one. Stay safe.